Hundreds of Scottsbluff High School students joined in unison to protest sexual assault. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, about 200 students walked out of Scottsbluff High yesterday morning, gathering in front of the entrance to voice their concerns about sexual assault and harassment issues they say are happening inside the school. One of the students who spoke, Annabelle, told the crowd that the large gathering of students is a sign for victims that they're not alone.
It is sexual assault awareness month, and nothing is happening. We're doing this on our own. And how about community input? When do we stand up for ourselves? Why do we have to stand up for ourselves so somebody else is doing it?
Principal Justin Shattuck tells KNEB News the staff and administration is sensitive to their concerns, and their action is opening a dialogue.
They would like to see change in our school, and I want Scottsbluff High School to be a place where students feel safe and they have a good environment and they enjoy coming to school. And talked to a lot of student groups before this protest, this walkout, and we talked about forming a committee and talked about making the changes they would like to see moving forward and having that discussion. And I think a positive can really come from this.
Among the issues Shattuck says could be addressed by such a committee would be reviewing policies for potential changes, more education about sexual assault, and additional support systems for victims. Well, not one, not two, but 3 ribbon cuttings yesterday for Gering's newest businesses. Western Sleep Medicine, Western CPAP Supply, and Sweet Dreams Sleep Services are located on the site of the old Packerland lot. Owner Mark Schultz, who opened up shop in Scottsbluff 15 years ago, says his vision was to create a one-stop shop to set people up with a CPAP machine and services that would last them a lifetime.
Mike Kearns and I had a dream together, and he passed away from cancer. He was like my older brother, and about 10 years older than I am. And he always dreamt about Brittany. Of course, both of our daughters are physicians, but Brittany and a sleep clinic in Scottsbluff and Gary to serve this panhandle. And he would be so happy and so proud of this too.
Gering Mayor Tony Coffin was on hand for the celebration and says he's happy to see new businesses opening in town.
Not very often do we have an opportunity to open 3 businesses consecutively in Gering, and so we're so pleased to have them. This is great transformation for this corridor, and we're just excited to see what they can do for years to come. So we appreciate all you being here, and we're just excited for you. So thank you. Yeah.
The plaza is located at the southwest corner of 10th Street and Country Club Road in Gering. We'll have more news right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether it is building, buying, or renovating, we have the home loan or home equity line of credit to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Life Care promises us that we are looked after and taken care of properly.
If I didn't have Life Care, I would be probably scared to death about having enough money for when I got older or when I got sick.
Moving in here was an easy decision and in fact a no-brainer. I looked at it as actually buying long-term care insurance, and in retrospect, a good move.
One of the things that convinces me that we did the right thing is no matter what happens, we will constantly be taken care of.
The whole thing is just vital because you don't have to be worried about what's ahead for you. It's there, it's in black and white, and that's reassuring.
This is home. It has been from the day I moved in.
Welcome back. A 41-year-old Gering man who was arrested after trying to pass counterfeit $100 bills at 3 local businesses last year has been sentenced. Court documents say that John Sturkle attempted to pass counterfeit $100 bills at the Gehring Dollar General, the Pony Express Mart, and WTT. Last week in district court, Sturkle was sentenced to 180 days in jail after pleading no contest to an amended charge of attempted first-degree forgery. He received 2 days credit for time already served, and he's also facing a drug charge in a separate case in Scottsbluff County District Court. Well, charges have been dismissed against a pair of truckers who were arrested following a March shooting at the Flying J truck stop in Big Springs. 51-year-old Michael Whitaker of Iowa and 49-year-old Joseph Morelli of Utah got into a confrontation and reportedly fired multiple shots at each other. Dual County Attorney Jonathan Steller says there weren't any witnesses to the shooting other than the co-defendants themselves, and both men decided not to participate in any further prosecution of their respective cases, so neither case could proceed. And a top Republican candidate for Nebraska governor is facing an onslaught of criticism after several women, including a GOP state lawmaker, alleged that he groped them at public events and forcibly kissed one woman. The accusations drew widespread condemnation from Charles W. Herbster's primary opponents, Republican Governor Pete Ricketts, and the 13 women from both parties who serve in the legislature. The Nebraska Examiner, who first reported the allegations, interviewed 6 women who claimed that the 67-year-old businessman groped their buttocks outside of their clothes during political events or beauty pageants. A 7th woman said Herbster once cornered her privately and kissed her forcibly. Herbster fervently denies these claims. Well, coming up after the break, Bill Boyer in with your weekend weather forecast. KNEB.TV News will be back right after the break.
What a year 2020 was. Now's the time to get out and travel this summer to see family and friends you were not able to see this last year. Spend more time enjoying your trip by flying United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with daily flights to and from Denver. Reserve your flight today and remember United Miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. And don't forget, Thrifty Car Rental is here for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and hitch a ride with your BFF, Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
I really like how our OB department takes our limited amount of doctors and turns it into a strength. Even though we only have a couple of people, you get to know them well over your entire pregnancy. We have 2 state-of-the-art labor rooms that are new with our last addition. We have a couple of very nice postpartum rooms also right here in the hospital, so they can get as much time with mom and baby as possible.
Logos in Gehring is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gehring.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
Well, good evening to you and welcome inside Pinnacle Bank Arena, home of this year's Nebraska FFA State Convention Session 7. Just wrapping up moments ago. Behind us, I should say. I'm Bryce Duska, joined this evening by Alex Wojciechowski.
You heard Bryce say session 7 just wrapped up. That means the new Nebraska FFA state officer team was elected, and we get to meet each and every member of this year's team.
Well, let's go ahead and do so as we have the first Nebraska FFA state vice president step up here. First, have you introduce yourself as well as tell us where you're from.
I am Grace Tim. I am from the Creek Valley FFA chapter.
Okay, Grace, for those not familiar with Nebraska geography, where is the Creek Valley FFA chapter?
It is a consolidation of Chapel and Lodgepole, right in the middle between Sydney and Ogallala.
Okay, so the Panhandle is where you're joining us from. You just came off the stage. Folks can see it behind us. How did that feel to hear your name called?
Very overwhelming and exciting. I was like, no way they said my name. No way they said my name.
Have you always wanted to be a state officer, or take us back to the moment you decided you wanted to do so?
It's always been in the back of my head. I think the very moment I decided, yes, I'm doing this was last fall when it was brought up to me, but it's always just been in the back of my head. I should do that. That'd be fun.
Well, congratulations to you. That is one of our Nebraska FFA state vice presidents joining us here. Alex, I will send it over to you.
Now we get to meet State Secretary Amelia Rourke of the Waverly FFA chapter. When your name, Amelia, was called to the stage to serve as state secretary, what was going through your mind?
Oh, I was so nervous because I waited through all the vice presidents. But when my name was called, I was just filled with excitement because I had heard the names of the people called before me. And I've just made some great connections with my fellow officers. And I'm just so excited.
Tell me about that moment, Amelia, when you decided, I want to be on that stage. That's what I want to do.
So I've never actually been to an in-person state convention. I joined sophomore year. And I was talking with my advisor, and she just encouraged me so much. And I wanted another year of FFA. I joined it, and I was like, where can I get more of this? And so that's when the journey began to get here.
So tell me more about that process to get more. You have some stories of how you did that.
So I had my first CD competition. I was in ag sales, and I had such a great experience that I said, where can I get more of this? And I ran that year for chapter office, and I became our chapter president. I served for my junior and senior year, and I joined everything. If I had the time through my busy schedule, I was at FFA. Early morning practices, I couldn't get enough of it.
I'm sure you're excited to bring that dedication to the team. What do you hope to bring to FFA members as you're in your year of service?
So through the people I've met in FFA, they've just been super encouraging and some of the best people I've ever met. So the connections are so important to me. And if I could build those relationships with other FFA members and students and help inspire them and encourage them, then I think that my work would be accomplished.
All right. We can't wait to see what you do. That is Amelia Rourke. She is serving as the state secretary from the Waverly FFA chapter.
Alexis Boatlock from the Pender FFA chapter, serving this year's Nebraska FFA state president. Had to check your last name. Did I get it right there, Alexis?
Yes, you did. Thanks.
Had to make sure I did so. You had the honor of being the last name called as state president. You get to wait and sit and watch all your teammates run up there, not knowing if you were going to be one of them or not. How did that make you feel, and what did it feel like when your name was finally called?
Oh my gosh, I was just standing in that circle and my knees are shaking, and I'm just waiting for anyone else's names to be called. Everyone that I've met over the last month has been so amazing. And then when I just heard my name, at first I didn't even know what to do. I was just so excited to run up there, and I know these guys are going to be my best friends, so I just wanted to get on that stage with them.
What made you want to serve as a Nebraska FFA state officer?
I think that one of the things that really made me want to serve is I've had the opportunity to interact with other state officers or just people within the agricultural industry. And those have been the people that have always pushed me or believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. And really what I want to do is be able to go into a classroom or an industry meeting and just empower others and lift them up as well.
Haven't asked any of your teammates yet. How was this year's state convention back in person? How did it feel?
It was so amazing to be back in person. I haven't done that since I was a freshman, and it was great seeing all of the other juniors through freshmen and junior high kids that have never been here before. It was amazing to just see their bright eyes and see that blue corduroy all over again. So that was amazing.
What are you most looking forward to about the next year?
I think what I'm looking forward to the most over this next year is just helping other people grow, but also having the opportunity to grow myself as a leader. I'm just really excited to serve others as well.
That is Alexis Boatlock from the Pender FFA chapter, this year serving as Nebraska FFA state president. Alex, I'll have you join me back. Alexis, thank you. I'll have you join your teammates, as behind us there are a lot of folks who want to be able to see their sons or daughters and friends and all those who support this year's Nebraska FFA State Officer Team. Always a lot of excitement on this big night of convention.
It is too, and there were over 600 FFA members who received their state degrees, so they're buzzing around downstairs too, celebrating their achievements.
679 of them this year. A lot of folks, and we appreciate you joining us here on this live stream. We bring you this Nebraska FFA State Officer interview or moments after the 7th session wrapped up. On behalf of Alex Wojciechowski and our production team, I'm Bryce Duskett, thanking you for joining us.
Let's take a peek at what's happening on your weekend community calendar. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether you are just starting the business you have always imagined or looking to grow your existing one, we have a business loan to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank. and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, Scottsbluff County has officially relinquished ownership of the tourism caboose located at the corner of 27th Street and Highway 26 in Scottsbluff. The county and the city had an interlocal agreement in place more than 20 years ago, but after the site became underutilized, no entity wanted to be stuck with it. Scottsbluff Public Works Director Mark Bowl addressed the council last week so the city could determine the caboose's fate.
So what I'd like to do, if you're so inclined and you terminate this, would be come back with some options that we could do with that caboose.
I'd love to see it in the park for kids or something. I think that would be neat.
Yeah, and I've had like 7 inquiries. I mean, it's pretty wild.
It is popular.
Yeah, it's popular, the whole thing.
Bowles says several individuals have already inquired on purchasing the Burlington Northern caboose, or it could be repurposed elsewhere within the city. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. Have a great weekend. See you back here on Monday.